All right, hey, it is Mondays. No, it's not Monday. It's Tuesday, actually. Tuesday, September 28th, 2021. And welcome to an exciting time of I Love GH, but pew, pew, I wish I could make the explosion noise like, oh my God. What happened today was the beginnings of what I want to see. Okay? I am watching the show for the second time because I had to do this now so I can get you a video out today about what happened today because I'm like, pew, mind blown and not happy. So let's start from the beginning. Liesel's been thrown in the cell with Drew at the Creek compound for the Cassadines. She's recognizing the fact that he is alive and shocked, and she is going to give him the 411 on everything that has been happening in Port Charles, as well as who has them both captive. And we know that it's Peter and Victor Cassadine. We got the 411. So she fills him in on that. We go to the Quartermain household. Now we're looking at the happy threesome, Michael, Willow, and Wiley in the living room, coloring with their son, having a joyous afternoon. Yuri comes in and he lets them know he's back at the house, Bailey's okay, and that he brought Wiley a surprise while he was out, which is wonderful. But he also has another surprise, and that other surprise is Miss Nina. So you know what she's doing, right? She's trying to fit in that last visit, because it's going to be her last visit with Wiley, before Michael and Willow find out what she did to Sonny and Carly. But in the meantime, we know that Maxie is at the Quartermain household. She's in the kitchen now with Jocelyn and Carly. And Jocelyn says, Mom, Maxie's got something to tell you, and it's important. And Maxie, of course, in the Maxie way, rattles on about how I want to tell you, but please let me tell you in my own way and in order. Please leave your judgment until the very end. It's on right now. I mean, come on, we can take a look and see that I'm watching the scenes right now. And what I'm totally loving is how Carly's face changes during the exchange. Okay? We are going to go through a field of emotions that Laura Wright, my girl, is good. Okay? She is fantastic when she takes Carly from 0 to 100. OMG. OMG. I am so ready for this confrontation, and it looks like it's going to be what I want it to be. The only thing that will be missing is Carly snatching off her earrings and slapping the life out of her. But we're going to fast forward because we know about to get some commercials. And I want to stay in this. I want to give you the whole thing. I'm just so flabbergasted by the whole situation. I just don't know what to do. I'm trying to be calm, and I'm not being calm. And if I would have did this live while I was watching the show, I would have been screaming at the top of my lungs because that's what I did. And you don't need to see that. But I said, I cannot wait. I'm not waiting to the end of the week. This was entirely too good. And I got to give you all the emotions that I'm feeling and hope you're feeling and you're excited about when you watch the show today. So you know what I'm asking you to do? I'm going to say it now. Like, share, comment, let's talk GH. So we're back at the house, and Nina's going to come in and she's going to say, hi, And then she's going to go into her spiel about how they're good parents. And I'm so glad that you gave me a second chance and that you are Wiley's parents. Michael did ask a very important question. He asked her, you know, if you found out before court that Nell was your daughter, would your answer have been the same? And you know what? She didn't answer the question. And part of it was because the writers had Willow interject, oh, it doesn't matter now, we're all happy. No, I wanted to know what she was going to say, because we know that Nina Crazy is as crazy does would have enabled Nell to take away Wiley from them. But she didn't get that chance. Thank you for that. Okay? Because now she ain't going to have Wiley. Because when Carly tells Michael and Willow what she's done to his father, oh, she is so over. Woo, she going to be so over. But let's go back to Creed for a little bit. Let's go to Anna and Valentine on the hunt. They went to visit Chloe in the hospital. She's still unconscious. They wanted to get some information about her, about what happened to her, and if it was Peter that indeed did this to her and had her kidnapped. And they'll probably find out later on that that's exactly what it is. But back at the compound, you know, we're back in this conversation with Liesl and Drew is wondering, why are you here? What happened to you? And she's like, I don't know, but she does know, and she's getting the inkling now that because they lost Chloe as the nurse to take care of Drew and whoever else they've got locked up there, because we know that there's another woman that's locked up. I think it's Holly. And they're going to have to figure out how the hell to get out of this situation. So I'm going to gloss over this one because we know we're going to have to come back to it. But the most important thing right now is for us to talk about the whole Corinthos and Nina thing, because I am losing my mind over all of this. Every time I look at Nina, I just want to punch her in the delusional face that she is. I just want to smash her. And then the other thing that's troubling me is what Jason said to Sonny. You know, Jason's asking Sonny these questions. He's filling him in on what happened during his disappearance. And then Sonny starts to fill him in on how he was living his life for the last 5 months in Nixon Falls. Okay? And then it boils down to him telling Jason that the person responsible for me being so away for so long and knew that I was alive was Nina. And Jason is like, Nina? Nina who? Nina Reeves. Are you kidding me? And then he pointed out something really, really important, I thought. You're not angry enough, dude. What's going on here? You should be ready to cut this bitch's throat. But you're talking about she made a mistake? She didn't just make a mistake. You make a mistake when you put a wrong answer on a question and you know the right answer. That's a mistake. You make a mistake when you drop something because you didn't mean to drop it and it just kind of, that's a mistake. But this bitch, oh, hell to the no. Be right back. All right, I'm back. So, and I had to put things on pause. So we're back in the kitchen. But no, let me not skip so far ahead. I'm going to pause because I really want to give the full reaction that I had, or at least the calmer reaction that I had to Maxie telling Jocelyn and Carly the tea. But my biggest thing is that Sonny is not as mad as he should be. Okay? He's making excuses for this woman. And why is he making excuses for this woman? Because he still has feelings for her. I got a problem with that. He's fighting those feelings as day 2 of the situation, but he's got feelings for her, and he's going to have to work that out himself. So there's going to be a problem besides the fact of her keeping him away now that he's back. him putting his feelings in perspective as Mike to Sonny and what that means to his wife, okay, and his marriage. Because if anybody did anything really wrong, it was him, not Jason and Carly. It was him. And yes, it was not his fault because he didn't know who he was, but let us remember, and I hope he brings this up in his therapy, he didn't want to know who he was. And he said it several times. I don't know who I was in the past. I don't want to know. I'm happy now. Okay. So what's going to be your excuse, brother? Because not only are you saying, oh, she just made a mistake, she's a sad woman, la 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 la. Jason is like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? You should be furious. Why aren't you? Because why waste my time? Why waste your time? Because this woman with a clear mind, because she had all her memories, out of spite, for no other reason, kept you away from your family to spite your wife. And if you have the audacity to find out that Jason and Carly were developing feelings for each other during those 9 months, doing what they had to do to help to preserve their family and to keep the children and everyone else involved in their world safe, oh, then you got a problem. You got a problem. Okay? Because they didn't do anything wrong. They did everything, every move they made based on the lies they were told. And notice Jax is nowhere to be seen so far. And now let's go back to the kitchen. Oh my God. Because my girl Jocelyn, Carly's mini-me. Oh, when my baby girl gets the neck going and the finger. So, you want to tell me that, yes. Okay? And I'm wondering, like, if Jocelyn got in her face, if she saw Nina, would she chop, chew, and spit her? But let's go to the kitchen. I get that you're trying to help, but the way you're setting it up, it is really bad. How bad is it? Nina has known for months that Sonny was alive. Carly's face was like, excuse me? Are you serious right now? Are you telling me? Let's get the story out. Let's get the story out. I'm going to skip Greece because that's nothing but Valentine and Anna sitting drinking some grappa and getting stupid drunk, where he just, Mr. Vulnerable, tells her his feelings. She tells him hers. They have a passionate kiss, and then he passes out. She takes him up to the room, puts him to bed, and then she goes back to continue the investigation by going to the hospital to check on Chloe, the real Chloe, who is still unconscious. But little do we know that the bartender and the musician both work for Victor Cassadine, okay? Because the musician, at the end of the evening, when Anna asked him to tell Valentine that she went to check on Chloe, you saw his Cassadine tattoo on his arm. So we know that they are all, anybody who's on this island, let's put it that way, anybody who's on this island in Crete is involved with the Cassadines. One way or another, they probably just all work for the Cassadines, okay? Because it's either work for me or die. So That's what I'm getting out of that. I knew that was going to be the case. There's no way in the world this rescue is going to be easy. At least I hope it's exciting somewhat, since everything else has been like, yeah. Okay. So, some leftover juice and water because my throat is dry because I'm so excited. Okay. I just. And I don't want to skip over too much, but I'm sorry. I just think the most important thing is Nina's getting busted. I'm so glad that Liesl and Drew are together, because the combination of the two is going to be a good thing when it comes time for the escape to be hatched, and what they are going to do to turn the tables on Peter and Victor. Because one thing that we can all be sure of is that Liesl Obrecht, when pushed, is deadly, and she's not stupid. She's a clever woman. All right. And I love when Drew says, aren't you supposed to be like some diabolical criminal genius? And she's like, well, I was, and I can be when necessary. We have presented ourselves with the need for the old Liesl. And when I tell you, at this point in time, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I never, ever, when Liesl was bad, very bad, I couldn't stand her. Okay? Could not stand her. Because her and Faison, and her obsession with Faison, drove me crazy, because he never treated her nicely. And I never understood why she was so obsessed with him. But obsessive personalities are drawn to each other. So there you go. All the explanation that we need. Okay? So we are back in the cell. They're discussing their hoo-ha. She's giving him all the 411. Jason is still, and Sonny is still at the grave talking. They're having the conversation that I just mentioned to you before. So I'm going to skip ahead. Nina's at the house, of course, as we know, giving her little boo-hoo story, setting everything for the fact that she knows she's about to get her ass kicked. Oh, back at the kitchen. So, Maxie's telling them what happened.
So when I went to pick up my dad,
so Jocelyn.
Nina knew that Sonny was there?
Yes.
Yes.
When I went to pick up my father in Nixon Falls, Nina knew my stepfather was there, and all the while my family was grieving. My mother was grieving. I want to know everything you know, and when you find out. Maxie's like, I didn't know before the wedding. I just found out this morning, and she's making excuses for Nina. Carly is not trying to hear that. A mistake. Really? That's what we're calling it? Is that what we're calling it? A mistake? And her lips. Ooh! Laura lost her lips. That's what we're calling it? A mistake? Because, ooh. She went from this to this. Oh my God, I can't get over it. I can't get over it because it's just too good. It's just too good. Oh my God. I gotta get back to the kitchen. Let's get back to the kitchen. All right, here we go. I hope it's loud enough for you to hear, because she did call to tell you. And you guys got into an argument. Jocelyn's making some really good points. So it's my mom's fault now that this bitch decided to be spiteful? 9 months from his family? Yeah, that's crap. That's crap. I'm surprised they didn't let her say that's some shit right there. Okay. Because that's what I said. That's some freaking shit right there, girl. Are you kidding me? She knew the entire time. Because he wasn't there a month before that bitch walked into that bar. It was a week. 2 weeks tops if we want to give it some time. Okay? Okay? So she was there the entire 9 months, knowing who he was, holding him back from his memories and his family. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. And I am so sorry that Willow interjected and didn't let that woman answer that question. But she skated over it. Oh, I still would have did the same thing. No, you wouldn't have. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Don't tell that lie. Okay? Don't tell that lie. But my Jocelyn made me proud.
Defending Nina.
She made me proud. Don't defend her. Are you defending what she did to my family? Oh, hell no. And then she's going to go into this spiel about, don't we all make mistakes? We've all been in that position. Haven't we, Carly? Carly's like, hold up. I've done some really funky things in my life, and I've suffered the consequences for them. But this heifer, are you trying to compare what this heifer has done to my family and my husband? To my past, throwing my past at me, Maxie? Are you really doing that? Are you really doing that? Okay? And then Jason does the good thing. He has that mental conversation with Sonny, reminding him that, you know, you need to see your psychiatrist. Did you have your meds? And I'm glad it was him. And that's when Sonny tells him, yeah, I had my meds. He tells him about Phyllis, but he also goes into that speech about Nina knowing who he was and Jason losing his shit over it. Like, are you kidding me? Okay? But we already talked about that. So let's go back to the kitchen. I gotta go back to the kitchen. Because that's all I care about right now. Okay? That's all I care about. And Willow and Michael are so nice. You know, they're really oblivious. When she said Pennsylvania, it didn't click in Michael's head right away. But it will. That probably will be tomorrow because they went for a walk. We know Carly's on her way to the house after they finish the conversation in the kitchen. And tomorrow should be Willow and Michael walking in on Nina and Carly's fight. Because I want to fight. I don't need to make a disclaimer. I was about to make a disclaimer and say that I do not condone violence. That would be a lie. I'm sorry, that would be a lie right now. Why? Because right now I'm asking for violence. I want her to kick her ass. Literally. I don't want a back and forth with Nina trying to justify her actions. You were mean to me. You deserved it. He was happy with me. Slip up. There's going to be a slip up. There's going to be a slip up. I know it. Tomorrow's going to be a slip up. You know it. And when that happens, that should be the backhand. That should be the backhand. Okay. So while this heifer is sitting here comfortably coloring and explaining her reasons for being gone to Wiley, and it's like, why are you having adult conversations with a small child? I just don't understand. Because he doesn't know what the hell you're talking about. But who else can you say these things to? And Willow picked up on it. She's like, don't she seem a little lost and off, and something's wrong with her? Okay? But the good thing is that his Sonny did have his lithium, but that's thanks to Phyllis, because that was before Nina arrived. So, thankful for that. Thankful for that. But we got to get back to the kitchen. We got to get back to the kitchen. But I am going to have to pause for a second because I think there's somebody knocking at my door. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Now, there's so many things that are going on in my house right now. I am cooking some oxtails, and that takes like 3 to 4 hours. So I had to check on that. And then I'm expecting a delivery, and it hasn't come yet. And I keep hearing something like the door's knocking because I'm in my bedroom and I'm talking really loud. I want to make sure that I hear the person when they come. But let's get back to the kitchen. So Miss Maxie, and for the most part, I love me some Maxie, okay? Because Maxie ain't no joke, and she don't play no games. She's basically a good and decent person, and I think the fact that Nina is her sister-in-law has always been a problem because she's always going to have to be in that position to kind of pull her off the edge or coddle her in some way, which is what she did yesterday. I don't. I'm trying to get past that, okay? Because she needs to be angry with her as well. Because what she did when it came to Peter and not calling the police or not calling Maxie before she called Liesel, okay? Carly's making her point. Stole his life. For what? Out of spite? Tell her. Took it. Yep. Took his life and watched his family grieve because she came home twice knowing he was alive. But of what needed. Yes. 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 She kept him a secret because it suited her. She's telling Maxie, you did the complete opposite that Nina did. You came and told me because you felt I needed to know. Nina did what she did out of pure self-serving bullshit. But don't make excuses for her. Don't make excuses for her because she's going to have to pay now. She's going to have to pay. And just like Carly says, it's painful loving somebody who makes such big mistakes. But no, this was Nina's choice. She's going to have to pay because she knew every moment exactly what she was doing to Carly and their family. She knew it. And even when she came back to visit Wiley twice, she had an opportunity to tell the truth and chose not to because I wanted to be happy. I didn't want you to take him away from me. So are you going to tell Carly that? Are you going to tell Carly how you fell in love with her husband? Backhand. I need a backhand. I need a backhand. I need, okay, because anytime some wench gonna think she can stand in front of me and justify her actions the way Miss Nina had herself set up to do at the end of the show, when Carly said, oh yeah, I'm here and I'm about to wax your ass, standing there like this, I would have slapped her the moment I walked in the room because you know why I'm here. You know why I'm here. I would have slapped her the moment I walked in that room. 1, 2, 3, slap. You gonna pay for what you did, bitch. Pay, because I know the story now. Oh yeah. Consequences. She could have her locked up. She can have her locked up. Now, if she wanted to dip into her gangster mentality, because she's had her taste of seriously being a mob boss, her and Jason could snatch that bitch off the street, if you ask me. Snatch her. Make her disappear for the rest of her life. There is no reason for her to stay on this show. The character, nope, no reason. It is time for her to go. Seriously, time for her to go. Okay? So let's get into it. waiting, ready. I'm responding to somebody. Oh my goodness, there's just too much going on in my house. Oh, oh my god. And it's like my I don't want to use the word play children or adopted children because they're not legally adopted, but they are my children. They're adults, and but I'm older by 20, 30 years. So I call them my children, my babes. And my babes are coming to visit me because I'm cooking dinner. So, and they've been out of town all weekend celebrating my love's birthday, and unfortunately, some things happened on their way home, but they're home safely. And I am hoping to spend the evening with them and have a wonderful, wonderful meal and hear about their trip. Because the first part of the trip was actually really, really wonderful for them. So, Tyra and Jeremy, I look forward to seeing you. So let's get back to my show. Okay. Jason is asking Sonny, why are you not angry enough? And he don't understand it. Jason's like, you need to explain why you're not ready to cut this woman's throat. And Sonny's making excuses for her. And Jason's looking at him like, really? Yeah, you need to see your therapist, okay? Because the old Sonny would have been like, oh, hell to the no. But we are at the closing. And Yuri is walking into the living room to announce that there is another guest to see Wiley. And that guest is Carly. Dun, dun, dun! Carly comes in. Nina stands up with fear in her eyes. Yuri, please take Wiley. We're going to need the room. Yeah, because this is going to be your last time you lay your eyes on that boy if I have anything to say with it. Okay? Because that would be me. Carly closes the door. She walks up to face her. And like I said, me would have been a slap. You took Sonny's life and you're going to pay. That would have been me. But no, we get Laura's beautiful, angry expression of I am going to wax your ass all over the Quartermain house. I am ready. Tomorrow is going to be fire. So that's going to be it for me today. Like, comment, share. Bring your friends in who watch GH. Please, I'm trying to build an audience so we can go live someday. I really want to do a live back and forth because I know we got some things to talk about, argue about, debate about, and I'm here for it, folks. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. But thank you for your time today. Thank you for watching another episode of I Love GH But with me, Nancy Dash. Have a great Tuesday. Yes, GH.